It's a rare sunny spring day in Ireland, so I said I'd make this video outside. If you struggle with food, you're probably asking yourself, will I ever feel normal? And feeling normal in this context, let me show you why it isn't something you'll so much as feel as train. So think of your mind as having a couple of different switches. We have the drive system. If you switch it one way, we have the threat system if you switch it another way, and we have the soothe if you switch it another way. So your threat system keeps you alert to danger. Think, it's not safe outside at the dark, I'll stay inside until I'm with people I can trust. That's a healthy sense of being in your threat system. That's the healthy role it plays. An unhealthy role is when you can't switch it off, when you're constantly anxious and alert to every tiny mistake that you make. Your soothe system then is the ability to ground yourself and to be safe and to give yourself rest and comfort, I guess, in a very healthy and normal way. And often what you'll find is before you're about to step into a bigger room in life, your mind will appear to want to sabotage you. And this is a very normal thing, but this is protection. Your mind will deploy tricks to prevent you from any kind of risk or embarrassment or failure or pain. And this is why the idea of, people aren't motivated, that doesn't exist. Every behavior has a motivation. And if you understand this, you can meet yourself with the kind of compassion you'll need to change. So some people are motivated by running to a stronger sense of self, right? If I go to the gym and strength train, I'm going to be fit and I'm going to be strong and I'm going to feel great about myself. But some people are motivated to avoid judgment and avoid pain and avoid shame because maybe they've been told their whole life that there's something wrong with them. Maybe they've been judged for the body that they live in. And so you want to avoid that. You are motivated to avoid that pain because motivation is nothing other than the processes in the mind that drive how we feel and think and then act. And so what you want to do is shift your motivation, in my opinion, from this kind of reward and punishment, from this external into this grounded, values-based motivation, which is the behaviors I choose are their own reward. And so when we think about the threat system and self-sabotage, the idea is it's trying to keep you safe. It's just doing a pretty lousy job. And so I have a question for you. I'm about to avoid blank because I feel blank. And this is what I mean when I say you don't necessarily feel safe, you need to train it. Because chances are you have fallen into the reactive part of your mind. It's very catastrophic, it's black or white, it's all or nothing. Comparison, it fuels it, urgency, pressure, I have to lose weight within a certain time period or else it's a failure. And these are all practiced patterns in our brain. And we're training ourselves into more courage. What does courage look like? What does commitment look like? What does supporting myself right now look like? What does wisdom look like? So in a situation, I might feel a sense of anxiety about putting myself out there on video. And instead of thinking, I'll just wait till I have a better production, I think to myself, courage would look like putting this video out into the world right now, imperfectly, and see what I can learn. Maybe the video performs well, maybe people like it, maybe they don't. And I can handle that difficulty, that challenge, and I'm capable of growing alongside it. That's me being grounded in safeness, right? I trust I can figure out where I'm going with this. Where safety is, I'll buy a better phone, I'll get a better microphone, I'll wait till next week, the YouTube algorithm is against me, I won't be able to publish a video, etc. So what I'm really trying to do is ground myself in the decision that best supports me now and my growth so that I don't sabotage myself and that I can trust that I'll grow and learn and adapt. And I think this is where people think, oh my God, am I broken? What happened is safety has been practiced for so long, right? Maybe you were ashamed of your body size, so you ate in secret. And that became something that kept you safe as a child, but it's now destroying you as an adult, but it hasn't made itself as a parent like that. And so again, you're training yourself to a new pattern of behavior. I always think back to one of my clients who was the head of a huge company, and she was the European representative, and they had a representative in every part of the world. And they scheduled all their meetings for like 11 p.m. or midnight Irish time. And she was so stressed about it, she was overeating constantly. And we put together an email telling everybody how they were the times that worked for her and that the 11 p.m. was too late. And she was sick with anxiety sending it. And to be honest, she wanted to send all these half-pregnant kind of justifications that would have them kind of guess and hope and all this stuff. But I said, no, let's get direct. Let's say these times don't work for me, these times do. And they, to her surprise, they got back to her and said, yeah, sound, that's great. We'll do that time so. And the relief, the absolute relief that she learned, wow, I'm safe. I'm safe to put my needs forward. She'd spent her whole life people-pleasing, that this felt like a huge threat to her. And this is why you have to give yourself, give your mind and your body the opportunity to learn, I'm safe when I do this new behavior. I'm safe to stop criticizing myself, and I'll be able to act from a place of love. I'm safe to change my eating behaviors without being attached to the outcome, without needing to lose weight, you know, and see what happens. I want to lose it, but it's not the only thing driving my behaviors. When you realize this, it's so freeing. And you're not gonna learn it because of something I say, you're gonna learn it because of something you feel for yourself. That is the work of a lifetime for so many people. As soon as you sit down to rest, you might think, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be resting. You know, only lazy people rest. And so your mind will try and criticize you so that you get up, and it'll come up with all these stories. You should clean the windows, you should be doing the floors, you've got emails to check. And it's a protection strategy. The question to me isn't, you know, will I ever feel normal? The question to me is, how do I train myself to feel like the person I want to be? And it helps to know that what you do when you're trying to avoid something is a safety strategy, and what you want to do is to move into something that might be akin to safeness. So safety is, you know, I'm worried I'll screw up this weight loss attempt. Safeness is, I have the rest of my life to learn. Even if I eat too much pie this evening, it's just pie. If I zoom out, it's okay. Even if I have way more dessert than planned, then I learn for next time that maybe that much dessert isn't good for me. I can trust myself. And that's how you learn. And that's how you train your mind to feel safe. You come out of your set of reacted, kind of conditioned behaviors, and you move into your more intentional behaviors. And they're characterized by courage and commitment and wisdom. Not necessarily a feeling. It actually might feel super uncomfortable to do it first. Not because it's actually that difficult in a sense, but because it can actually be quite relieving. So please give yourself, just once, the opportunity to learn that you're safe to trust yourself, and see how it feels. And then you just practice and learn as you go. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll chat to you all soon.